Good evening. Welcome to Don't Get Spooked, the random campfire tale game where my bud Heath and I pick a bunch of random prompts, spin a crazy wheel, and try to tell you a crazy story 2 minutes at a time. The basic rules.
Don't Get Spooked is a progressive storytelling game. Our contestants will deliver a randomly generated tale over 3 acts. Each act will be broken into 2 rounds. In the first round of Act 1, a beginner storyteller will be chosen. Every act afterward, the starting teller alternates. Each round, the storytellers will spin the spook wheel and generate 3 prompts. The spook wheel is broken into 4 subjects. The green represent ghouls. The purple represents places. The gray represents people. The orange represents objects. After they generate their prompts, the storytellers will then have 2 minutes to integrate those prompts into an ongoing story. For every prompt they successfully integrate, they get 1 point. In Act 2, points are doubled. In Act 3, points are tripled. If they get spooked and can't use their prompt, no points are awarded. So let's hope our storytellers don't get spooked.
Heath won last time. Congratulations, Heath. Well done. Well done. As he pats himself on the back, I started last time. Would you like to go first?
Sure. I'll spin the wheel of death.
Spin
first.
that wheel. Spin it. Spin it.
And we got
A ghoul.
ghoul.
Ghouls.
Yeah, help me out, Rob.
It's being
There we
petulant
go.
to me.
Here we go. Aha.
All right.
So, spin number 2.
Number 2.
The deuce. We have
What the deuce?
orange. Yeah. Finally,
Pleasure.
the third spin.
And ghoul.
Another
Ooh,
ghoul.
2 ghouls and an object. That's gonna be
Got a
tricky.
fever. You know, in prescription. It's more ghoul.
Gonna be tricky. 2 ghouls and an object.
Yeah, well.
But that leaves you a lot of freedom to play with, right?
Woohoo! Yes.
What we got?
The first one is a bloodthirsty succubus. Bloodthirsty succubus.
That prompt was suggested by his lovely wife, by the way.
The next one is knitting needles.
Oh,
Knitting needles. And finally, a twisted twin aunties.
2 twisted twin aunties.
Twin aunties. That
Right.
one's gonna be
Hey, auntie.
wrecking my brain right now.
And now we meet the real foe of our game. The little hourglasses that keep the time.
Yeah, a little bit. All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And Act 1, Part 1, go.
All right. So, a long time ago, this guy, we'll call him Joe. Joe had 2 aunties who were twins. They were just a little askew, twisted, you might say. And they used to do all kind of weird things. One of the weird things that they would do that really kind of irked Joe was they would take these knitting needles and they would shove them underneath the cuticles of their hands. Yeah, each one just. So they were essentially claws, but they were knitting needles, but the pointy end was in the wrong direction. The business end was in the wrong direction. And they would start chanting that old kaiju Mothra song that the little twins would sing, and they would start chanting, and then all of a sudden this big giant succubus would just magically appear out of the ether. And she was just drooling, because she would see like human beings like walking around, and they would just the succubus would just sort of, like a sea cucumber,
Okay.
just sort of spit out its innards on top of the people and suck them in and suck their blood. You could even call it a bloodthirsty succubus, and it would just sort of, and it would suck people out, and then it would just spit out just the bones, because you know.
Yeah, you can go. You finish up, please. Yeah. Finish your bones. Yeah, I think you feel like a brand new villain for this game. The bloodthirsty sea cucumber.
Hey,
All right?
yeah.
I'll add that to the list for later.
All
right.
That's what they needed.
A bloodthirsty sea cucumber and Bikini Bottom. I could see it. That'd be a fun episode. Let them eat Patrick. That's cool.
And it would be like the only creature that didn't like Krabby Patties and preferred
Plankton stuff?
Plankton's, yeah.
The chum bucket?
The chum bucket. The chum burger.
That would definitely be Twisty.
Yeah.
Oh, the chum burger. All right, my turn. All right, Act 1, Part 2. Let's see what we get. Spin that wheel, round and round. Okay, we got a person. Okay, all right. I got a ghoulie ghoulie.
Cowbell.
More ghouls. And an object. That's a good set. It is. All right, that's what we got. First things first. A sleepy teenager. I know all about those. All right. And
Get me started.
a town full of sadistic drone-like housewives.
Uh-huh.
I like Stepford.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
No respect.
The Stepford wives. All right. And a haunted doll.
Ooh.
Okay, so I got a haunted doll, a sleepy teenager, and a town full of drone-like. All right, let's see. So, and go. We fast forward to many years later, post the succubus sea cucumbers, and into the land of now. And we enter the room of a very sleepy boy. Kind of smelly, kind of sleepy, just waking up. And he finds at the foot of his bed a beautifully wrapped gift. It says "From Mom" on it. He's like, it's not my birthday. Why is there a gift here? Mom, what'd you get me? Just open it. It's from your grandmother. So the boy, we'll call him Jack. And Jack, he rips into the box. And inside is this disturbing looking porcelain doll. And it's just, he sits there and he stares at it, thinking to himself, like, why? Why would my grandmother give me this? So he's like, okay, thanks, Mom. So he just kind of puts the top back on, shoves it to the side, makes his way down, eats his breakfast, heads to school. As he's walking to school, he can't help but notice that along his walkway, all of the neighbors' wives are standing at the edge of their driveways. They all wake up with this blonde hair just kind of bobbing, creepy smiles on their faces, waving slowly at him like crazy psychopaths.
The greater good.
The greater good. The greater good. So he gets to school, and he opens his locker, and inside is the creepy little doll.
Ugh.
He's like, what? Is this some kind of joke? Some kind of practical joke?
And time.
He turned, oh, okay, good. I'm like, where we going with this? Okay, all right. Act 1 down. Creepy doll in locker. Stepford wives outside.
Stepford wives, locker.
Whew, that was toughy. That was a tough one.
What's the kid's name again? Jack?
Jack, the sleepy teenager.
All right, let's see what the wheel of death
All right.
holds.
Act 2. What we got? All right. Purple rain. And that's all they can sing before you two shut this down.
Another person. He said, before you shut this down.
Copyright infringement. That's implying that we actually hit those notes but protected because I'm tone deaf.
All right, so let's see what we have here. We have Doggone it.
You
Son
can
of a
do
gun.
it.
We've got a creepy mannequin.
Ooh.
Creepy
Not
mannequin.
a far shoot up the doll.
We have the traditional, very traditional, haunted castle.
Castle.
The Casa Fantasma. And we have a former Black Ops soldier turned postman. Postman.
I feel like all of those fit into the story, though.
It potentially could.
It could. You got this.
potentially
I
could.
believe in you. I believe in you.
Ah.
You can do this.
Yeah, sure.
Think.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Put all the pieces together.
Yeah, just-
you can do it. I believe in you.
All right, so
You ready?
I'm ready.
And go.
So our young, sleepy teenage hero Jack went to his locker, opened it up, and he saw what he wasn't quite sure. He had to he saw someone had slipped in a photo of this creepy looking mannequin, like the one from the movie that turned alive in the 80s and went back to being a mannequin when no one else was around.
Google it, kids. It's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Classic.
Yeah. And so he goes, "What is this? What is this?" Because he's a sleepy teenager. I gotta get to class. So while they're in class, his instructor, Mr. Jones, Smith. His name is Smith. Mr. Smith, he's kind of like this buff dude. He's like, and he's triggered by lots of inane things that, he like flashes back to like being like in Da Nang in 67 or in wherever. He has these flashbacks. Yeah, he has these flashbacks. And so he's having the discussion with class about, castles of Europe and stuff like that. And one of the students, Missy, raises her hand and she says, "Mr. Jones, what about the creepy haunted castles of Transylvania?" And he's like, "Well, back in my day, creepy castles, And so that was the discussion for the day in class.
That
was horrible.
Yeah. Was he a postman? He was a postman, kids. We're just gonna call him a postman.
Yeah, well,
He was pulling double duty as a teacher and a postman.
Pay your teachers and your wait staff.
All right, we are back half of Act 2. Okay, so Mr. Smith into the classroom, thinking back to haunted castles. Weird teethy kid. What was the kid's name? The kid's name?
Jack.
This is the one with the weird. Hey, Mr. Jones, Mr. Smith.
I forgot.
That's great, no worries. All right.
Rotate.
All right.
We have a person here.
All right. Let's see what we got. Spin that wheel. Oh,
Where are we going?
death.
Where are we going?
We going on a trip?
And my favorite.
And your favorite rocket ship. And an object. Okay, we got three.
You got the good category.
We got the good spins. Okay, so, all right. First things first. We have a person who can hear the thoughts of cats.
Interesting.
Okay. All right. The local bar. Okay. See, at least it's within like the ballpark of a school.
Hey now.
I know where Mr. Smith is heading after work.
Hey now.
All right, and then, last but not least, a deck of enchanted tarot cards. Okay, so, fade in from black. Mr. Smith is recounting his time as a soldier, a Black Ops soldier, serving in some pretty crazy places, haunted castles included. And the bell rings. It's 3 o'clock. Mr. Smith's like, "Listen, kids, I can't hang around all day. No after-hours classes. I have to go deliver the mail." So he grabs his post bag because he's got to work 2 jobs because, being a teacher is thankless job sometimes, sadly, in the world we live in. You're not timing me, I just realized.
Oh, well, hey.
Free time!
Riff.
All right. Okay, free time. That's great. No, stop. Stop. Okay. All right. So Mr. Smith grabs his post bag, and he walks out to deliver the mail, but Jack decides to follow Mr. Smith out of school, and Mr. Smith has a secret. Maybe he's a postman, but he's not very good at his job because Mr. Smith makes his way to the local bar. But not to do what you think.
What?
Mr. Smith's tarot reader also is the bartender at the local bar. Gotta work multiple jobs these days just to get by sometimes. So Mr. Smith sits down at the bar. He lays his post office bag to his feet. Mail pours out. He pays it no mind. He's been through enough. And the bartender lays the cards out on the table at the bar. Jack walks in. You could have sworn by looking at the cards that they're not exactly flat on the bar, they're hovering above the bar. It's not until they start flipping back and forth by themselves that Jack realizes something's kind of amiss. So he runs up to Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, I need your help. Mr. Smith looks at Jack. He's like, why are you bothering me? This is my time. I said no after hours. Jack slams the picture of the mannequin on the bar. He pulls the doll out. And then the bartender / tarot reader looks at the two pictures.
Time.
Fade to black. Did I get them all? Oh no.
Ooh.
I missed one.
Well, I missed the postman, so, you know.
Oh, alright, so we're still tied. I missed the one with the cats.
Person can hear thoughts of a cat.
Blasted cat thoughts. There were no cats in the story, so maybe they were there just in the background. I just didn't say it out loud.
Interesting.
Alright, we enter Act 3.
So we're at the bar, okay.
We're at the bar. Enchanted tarot cards.
The bar of death.
The bar of death.
Alright, so are we going somewhere? Boom. We
Ooh,
got
ghoulies.
another ghoul. Is there a trick? Like,
Nah, just likes me.
see, I'm right-handed, see? And the cards are on my left-hand side. And
That's exactly what it is. They're only designed for people who are allowed to use their right hands. Another person.
Who's being introduced?
I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. I hope they can hear the thoughts of cats. Another ghoul.
Ah, man.
All right. We need to figure out a better method of doing this.
All right, so here we go.
All right. Here we do. Here we do.
All right.
Here we do. Here we do.
So we have a Cannibal Boy Scouts.
Oh my.
Cannibal Boy Scouts. Troop 666.
Homicidal Girl Scouts and Cannibal Boy Scouts. Interesting.
We have, I'll get to that one next. We have a single mom serial killer.
Oh my. Oh, poor Jack.
And we have a pirate LARPer. A pirate LARPer.
Do you know what a LARPer is, right?
I do not. I probably do. I just don't know
Oh,
it.
this is
I just
fun.
don't know it
This
as
is a good night.
Yeah.
All right, LARPing equals live action role playing.
Ooh.
So basically, people that dress up in costumes like witches and
Oh, it's like
warlocks
cosplay.
and it's cosplay, but they play like a live action D&D game in their cosplay outfits. So they go to like local parks or other areas and they act out a whole scenario as their characters. It's like D&D the evolution.
Okay.
Live action role playing.
Live action role
LARPing.
player.
You are now a
pirate.
more enriched person because
I
of
am.
that card.
And that's when to grow. Yeah.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Ba-da-da-da.
All right, gotcha. Okay, I'm ready.
Enter the villain of our story, the hourglass, or the 2-minute glass.
You ready?
Boom.
So,
Actually, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds because you gave me 30 seconds.
all right. So,
Fair is fair.
as he slams down the card on a table, the barkeep maiden leads with a. It's the card of death. And she immediately grabs her things from behind the bar and shoves them in her purse, and she bolts out of there because she wants nothing to do with the card and the photo of the mannequin that were just turned over. She hightails it out of there. Meanwhile, Mr. Smith is like, come on, man, come on. I was trying to get something tonight and he just ruined it with this crap. And he's all, well, Mr. Smith, I was just trying to get extra credit.
He's thirsty.
Yeah, he was super thirsty. And he's like, I was just trying to get extra credit. I'm trying to, do stuff for my Boy Scout troop. And Mr. Smith is like, your Boy Scout troop? He's like, aren't you a little old to be a Boy Scout? And he's like, no, sir, the oldest you can be is 18 and you can be an Eagle Scout. And he's like, oh God, you need to get a life, kid. So, flash forward, he's on his way home, Mr. Smith. And he's walking through the valley of the shadow of the dolls of the Stepford wives, and they're all waving at him except for one. She's kind of giving him like the evil eye. And he's all, what's your problem? And she's all, come on in. I have something to show you. I've got some thicker skin in the back. And he goes in, and it turns out she's like the Buffalo Bill of this story. She's got skins of other people in her house. She's trying to make a suit, like a tuxedo, out of human male skin. Because she's a single serial killer mom, right? So now, what the hell? So he sees the suit she's trying to make is a pirate suit. So for her live action role-playing group, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes. Got it. Nailed it. Pirates of the Caribbean. See if you can top that, Rob. Yeah.
Okay, that was awesome. Did you mention that the Boy Scouts were cannibals though?
Oh!
You threw the Boy Scouts in there, but they weren't eating people.
They weren't cannibalistic. Yes, sir.
That's okay.
That's a miss.
I'll give it to you.
Swing at a miss.
All right, let's see where the Pirates of the Caribbean are gonna take us.
Where are you going?
Gotta wrap the story up, man. Gotta wrap it up. Act 3, Part 2. Where are we going? Oh, that's a lot of objects. What's inside this house? Orange. Person, okay. So, what's inside the house? Let's find out. Jewel-encrusted brooch. That's pretty easy. Game controller. Also pretty easy.
PS3.
And finally, a super knowledgeable comic book shop employee. That's gonna be more challenging in 2 minutes.
Super knowledgeable.
Super knowledgeable comic shop employee. All right. So, single mom, serial killer, making suits.
Pirate suits.
Pirate LARPer suits for the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. All right. So, Mr. Smith visiting Pirates of the Caribbean with the wrap up creepy doll mannequin. Right? So, creepy doll mannequin. And Mr. Smith is the post office man and the teacher. Changed the tarot cards. We left that place behind. Okay. Go. Okay. So, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith is hanging with the captain of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Serial killer mom. Does she have a name?
No, but she always wants to speak to the man.
We're just going to call her Karen for fun.
Hey!
All right. So Karen and Mr. Smith are chatting along, and downstairs comes the jewel of Karen's whole world. Her only son. He comes downstairs. He's holding a game controller because she just got done calling him before Mr. Smith came in. He didn't want to pause his game, so he's trying to play the game while not watching the screen because he's hardcore like that. He's just going to play the game. He can't even see the screen, but he's going to play the game anyway. He has no idea if he's winning, but who cares? So, Karen calls down her son. Son, I want you to be more involved in the things that I enjoy. I made you a pirate suit from the skin of your father, which is why I'm now a single mother. She's like, Mom, I don't want to play your stupid LARPer game. I want to go upstairs and play Sea of Thieves like a real person. That doesn't make sense, but it's cool to play Sea of Thieves than it is to be a pirate LARPer. I'm not going to finish this. So, Karen rubs a brooch on her wrist to control the thoughts of her son and makes him come downstairs. She's like, you will use this LARPer costume that I made for you. I want to keep sending your friends creepy mannequin pictures in their lockers and haunted dolls to their houses. I was going to get to the point, although because I failed, that the kid also worked at the comic shop. He was super knowledgeable, super knowledgeable all about all comic things. But I didn't get there because the stinking hourglass, 2-minute glass, thwarted me.
Nice. Nice.
All right, let's check the scorekeeper. Scorekeeper, how do we do? Dang it. Well, it looks like Heath wins again, boys and girls. Oh, that was so close. So close. But that story was a little off the rails.
Yeah.
It jumped around a lot. I guess that's the problem with random storytelling. You never really know,
where it's going.
You're gonna go down.
Yeah.
You get Stepford Wives. You get
Twists and turns. Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean, which was, I think, the real take home for tonight. That was chef's kiss.
Caribbean.
That was amazing. Captain Karen of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Rum punch.
All right, everyone. That wraps up tonight's tale. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed squirming.
A lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for joining us. And remember, don't get spooked.
Woohoo.
Woohoo. Bye, folks.
Nice.
Yeah. Roll credits. Dude, that was awesome. Good job.
No. This is just being silly. That's,
Gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Really good at this.
Yay, storytelling.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That was
I literally pulled that one out of my butt.